In the vast expanse of the Star Wars universe, one group of soldiers stands out among the rest for their unwavering loyalty, bravery, and sacrifice: the Clone Troopers. These men served the Galactic Republic with distinction during the Clone Wars, often facing overwhelming odds when fighting against the Separatist droid army. Throughout their service, many Clone Troopers met their end heroically, laying down their lives to protect their brothers and ensure the survival of the Republic. From selfless acts of valor on the battlefield to sacrificing themselves to save others, these are the 15 most honorable Clone Trooper deaths. Waxer. The heart of the 212th Attack Battalion, Waxer was a compassionate yet capable clone trooper. This guy literally took care of a little Twi'lek girl who was left on her own in the middle of a war zone, reaching the rank of clone lieutenant and serving as a platoon leader during the infamous Battle of Umbara. Waxer became a pawn for the fallen Jedi Master Pong Krell. Wishing to gain favor with Count Dooku, Krell ordered both Waxer and Rex's clone units to attack each other, telling them that the enemy Umbarans may be wearing stolen clone armor. The two clone units engaged one another and opened fire. Several clones perished in the friendly fire incident before any of them realized what was going on. Captain Rex soon found the platoon leader, a wounded Waxer.
It was General Krell. He sent us to these coordinates to stop the enemy. We thought they were wearing our armor. But it was you.
Luckily, Pong Krell would soon also meet his fate, getting what he deserved. 99. A disabled clone with limited mobility and overly rapid aging, 99 was assigned to perform janitorial duties in Kamino's cloning facilities. 99 was a kind, gentle, compassionate, dedicated, and loyal member of the maintenance division of the Grand Army of the Republic, but was often looked down upon because of his deformity, even by his brothers. When the Separatists decided to attack Kamino's cloning facility, 99 saw it as a chance to finally do what he was bred for. Joining up with Commander Cody, Captain Rex, Fives, Echo, and a group of clone cadets, they lured the droids into the barracks to ambush them. As Fives and Echo used the last of their EMP grenades, 99 ran to get more, but was hit by enemy fire. 99 died in Echo's arms, reassuring them that he was willing to die as a soldier, as it was what he was bred for. Fives. This one always gets me emotional. I think it's because we watched Fives' complete journey from a cadet to ARC Trooper, as the Domino Squad began to fall one by one. While fighting in the Battle of Ringo Vinda, Fives saw Clone Trooper Tup kill Jedi Master Tiplar. This led him to uncover the inhibitor chips, which would force the Clone Troopers to comply with Order 66. As Fives tried to explain his discovery to Anakin and Rex, pleading with his old friends, Shock Troopers led by Commander Fox burst in and ordered him to surrender. Fives panicked and grabbed one of Rex's pistols, but was shot and mortally wounded. Dying, he told Rex the conspiracy was bigger than anyone could have imagined.
The mission. The nightmares. They're finally over.
Commander Thorne. Commander Thorne was a shock trooper, a member of the Coruscant Guard. When in combat, Thorne was armed with a Z6 rotary blaster cannon, nicknamed Hammer. His design was inspired by Thor, evident not only by his name and weapon, but the wings on the side of his helmet. Thorne accompanied Senator Padme Amidala for negotiations on the banking clan's world of Scipio. This was a setup as Separatist forces later invaded and bombers attacked Thorne's position before waves of B-2 super battle droids and BX commando droids were dropped in. With the clone troopers surrounded and fighting to the end, Thorne, as the last of his troopers, yelled out one final "For the Republic," but was soon gunned down after multiple blaster shots to the chest. A heroic sacrifice, to say the least. Hardcase. From one clone that loved the Z6 rotary cannon to another, Hardcase was a member of the 501st Legion. According to Hardcase himself, his growth acceleration chamber on Kamino had a leak in it, which resulted in Hardcase developing a hyperactive attitude. During the dreaded Battle of Umbara, Hardcase, Jesse, and Fives disobeyed the orders of General Pong Krell in an attempt to destroy a droid supply ship themselves. The three clones flew through the space battle aboard Umbaran starfighters. When their rogue operation was looking like it would fail, Hardcase got out of his starfighter to blow up the ship himself, saying it was the only way. Hardcase used one of the wing-mounted missile pods on the ship to trigger a massive explosion, sacrificing his life to destroy the supply ship.
Live to fight another day, boys. Live to fight another day.
Captain Keeley. Serving under Jedi General Ima Gundai, Captain Keeley led his men during the Battle of Ryloth. The Jedi and clone troopers fought an overwhelming number of separatist battle droids as Twi'lek refugees and freedom fighters attempted to flee. Outnumbered by hundreds of battle droids, Keeley and General Dai bought as much time for them as possible, their final stand coming just in time to give Republic supply ships a chance to reach the evacuating Twi'leks. Heavy. Back to Domino Squad we go, and to another clone who loved big blasters. I'm starting to see a theme here. Any clone trooper who may be watching this, maybe go for a different blaster if you want to live a long life. Heavy was deployed to the Rishi Moon, noted for its strategic location near Kamino. Any droid invasion heading for Kamino would first have to take the moon. Eventually, a droid attack came. Coincidentally, at the same time, an inspection was scheduled, with Commander Cody and Captain Rex conducting it. The clones retook the base, but soon after, a large droid force arrived. Heavy confronted the Separatists alone, as a remote detonator they had set was not functioning. Destroying dozens of battle droids before falling to enemy blaster fire, wounded but alive, Heavy triggered the explosives manually, destroying the station after delivering one of the best one-liners in all of Star Wars.
Do we take prisoners?
I don't.
His sacrifice disabled the station's all-clear signal and alerted the Republic to the Separatists' planned invasion. Sev. Also known by the designation RC-1207, Sev was a clone commando who served as Delta Squad's star sniper. Known for his morbid sense of humor and hatred of Geonosians, Sev was an efficient killer and loyal soldier who completed several covert operations, that is, until the squad's fateful mission to Kashyyyk. While in the process of destroying a Separatist warship over the Wookiee city of Kachiro, Sev fell under attack, and the other members of Delta Squad were ordered to pull out of the area without him, forced to leave their squadmate behind. With the rest of Delta Squad unsure whether he was alive or dead, Sev became one of many clone soldiers listed as missing in action. There were two competing ideas for a sequel to Republic Commando, which obviously never materialized. One was Imperial Commando, which follows the three remaining members of Delta in service of the Empire, and the other was Rebel Commando, which would have followed Sev as he helped start the rebellion. Gregor. Captain Gregor was a clone commando in the Special Operations Brigade. He led Foxtrot Group of the 212th Attack Battalion during the Battle of Sarish. The battle proved to be a great defeat for the Republic, with Gregor's transport crash landing on Abafar and the commando suffering from amnesia. Taken advantage of by a local, Gregor worked as a dishwasher until his memory was restored, thanks to Colonel Meber Gascon and his unit. He was thought to have been killed in an explosion trying to protect the Colonel and his droid squad in a firefight against Separatist droids. This would have been enough to make our list on its own, but he survived. Gregor went on to fight for the rebellion with Captain Rex and Commander Wolf, dying during the liberation of Lothal, driving the Galactic Empire off the planet once and for all.
It was an honor to serve with you, Rex. It was an honor to fight with you for something that we chose.
Commander Colt. An ARC trooper and the commanding officer of Rancor Battalion, Colt was an elite soldier. When General Grievous and Asajj Ventress launched a surprise attack on Kamino, Colt was assigned to defend Topoka City, where he encountered Grievous and managed to hold his own against him, accompanied by a small squad of clone troopers. However, soon after he confronted Ventress, who force-choked him. Colt was slammed against the wall, with the impact knocking his helmet off. Ventress then proceeded to impale him with her lightsabers while she kissed him on the cheek. Captain Vaughn. Captain Vaughn fought under Commander Rex and Ahsoka Tano during the Siege of Mandalore, immediately taking Rex's place as captain after his short-lived promotion to commander. After being lured into an ambush, Vaughn's clone troopers were killed, and the captain soon succumbed to the same fate. Ahsoka Tano arrived at the scene and witnessed the captain's final moments. Commander Gray. You may remember Captain Gray from the first episode of The Bad Batch, but before this episode aired, Gray appeared in the canon Kanan comics as a commander with red armor. Gray still executed Order 66 in this comic, but around a fire at night with the aid of Captain Styles. Like in The Bad Batch, Balaba sacrificed herself to save her young Padawan, Caleb Doom. The clones continued to pursue the Jedi, eventually capturing him. Doom pleaded for his life, reminding the clones how much they used to look up to Master Balaba, and suggesting to them that it was Palpatine, not the Jedi, who had betrayed the Republic. Force-pushing the clones and escaping their ship, Gray began to have doubts about following Order 66. He brought his concerns up with Styles, who disagreed, seeing the Jedi only as traitors to the Empire. As Doom's ship escaped, Gray decided to shoot the ship's controls with his blaster rifle, crippling the freighter and ensuring their own deaths. For the remainder of the video, we will be discussing characters from The Bad Batch Seasons 2 and 3. This is your one and only spoiler warning. Captain Wilco. Captain Wilco oversaw the transfer of the late Count Dooku's war chest from the Count's palace on the planet Sereno. During operations, however, the Bad Batch tried to steal some of the plunder. The Bad Batch ultimately escaped, and Wilco made a report of the incident. Vice Admiral Rampart arrived and questioned the involvement of the Bad Batch, wishing the squad to be removed from the report as he thought they'd perished on Kamino. When Wilco refused to falsify the report, the Admiral shot him. Commander Mayday. Commander Mayday was stationed on the icy planet Barton 4 for over a year during the Imperial era, as his requests for new supplies fell on deaf ears. Tasked with recovering Imperial supplies stolen by bandits alongside Crosshair, Mayday was injured in an avalanche. Attempting to save Mayday, Crosshair brought him back to the planet's Imperial depot, despite the freezing conditions they both had to endure. However, Mayday was denied medical support by Imperial Lieutenant Nolan and died in front of a helpless Crosshair. Ultimately, Mayday's death was Crosshair's breaking point, leading him to shoot Nolan and turn his back on the Empire. Tech. The brains of the squad of defective clones, Tech and the rest of Clone Force 99 infiltrated Raven's Peak on Eridu during an Imperial summit to learn the whereabouts of Imperial Dr. Royce Hemlock and locate their brother Crosshair. However, thanks to Saw Gerrera and a few V-Wings, the clones were quickly overwhelmed and Tech sacrificed himself so the remainder of the Bad Batch could escape.
When have we ever followed orders?
But which of these clone trooper deaths do you feel was the most honorable? Which was the saddest? Let me know in the comments. Come join us to chat more at our community Discord server, linked in the description. If you enjoyed today's Star Wars video, we've got more on the screen for you right now. Also make sure to drop a like, and if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe to join the Red Squadron. Until next time, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you. Red 5, standing by.